What was to stay?
Bleiben.
Bleiben. I stay?
Ich bleibe.
Ich bleibe. And in spoken German, ich bleib is very common. In spoken German, it's very common to lose that last E. No? Even though in written German, you will read ich bleibe. This is different from the loss of the E that we find in ich kann, ich will, ich muss. These verbs are written without that E, and they have some other change as well, no? Können to kann, müssen to muss, wollen to will. So those were irregular. But pretty much all verbs that you put in the I form can be pronounced without that last E sound. So ich bleibe, ich bleib. I'm coming.
Ich komm.
Ich komm, ich komme. You could hear either, no? I'm coming tomorrow.
Ich komm morgen.
Ich komm morgen. I'm not coming tomorrow.
Ich komm morgen nicht.
Ich komm morgen nicht. Morgen, the time, the when, before the nicht. So we've seen two versions of the verb actually. That's all we've seen so far. We've seen the to form, bleiben, kommen, which we can use for a lot. We can use for they, for you formal, for you plural, and for we. Sie bleiben, wir bleiben. Sie kommen, wir kommen. And we've seen the I form, ich bleibe, ich bleib, ich komme, ich komm. We also have in German an informal you, which is the one you will want to use when practicing German with your friends, for example. You may have heard the sentence, Wherefore art thou Romeo? Do you know what it means? Wherefore art thou Romeo?
Where are you, Romeo?
That's what you would think, no? That's what most people assume. Where are you, Romeo? But it doesn't mean where. Wherefore, it means why. Why are you Romeo? Which, if you know the story of Romeo and Juliet, these two young people that fell in love from two warring families, you can understand why she's asking, why are you Romeo? Why is that your name? Why are you from the other family? Thou is the Old English word for you. And as you can imagine, she is probably talking to Romeo informally. Wherefore art thou Romeo? The German informal word for you is du.
Du.
What do we see between thou and du?
TH became D.
TH became D, exactly. Thou, du. So we have this thou in Old English, and that you will, if you've ever read any Shakespeare in English, for example, or the Old Bible in English, or you will come across these forms, thou. And in German, that's du, TH to D shift. Also, if you've had any exposure to Old English, you might be familiar with thou goest. Whither goest thou? To where do you go? So we have goest in Old English. We have the same in German. Du gehst. We have an st ending for thou. We use du for the informal you, and we change the verb by adding on an st to the end of the verb after we remove our ending. So for example, to go was
Gehen.
gehen. If we remove our en and put an st, how is that going to sound?
Du gehst.
Du gehst. Good. What was to study?
Studien.
What do we add on the end?
Studieren.
Studieren. Good. You study, speaking informally?
Du studierst. Studierst.
Very good. Du studierst. What do you study?
Was studierst du?
Was studierst du? Very good. What was to understand?
Verstehen.
Verstehen. You understand, speaking informally.
Du verstehst.
Slowly. You can't go from verstehen to verständest if you are not rushing. Huh?
Du verstehst.
Du verstehst.
Du verstehst.
Good. And the E, it's coming a little bit further back. You can see my mouth that I'm pulling that right back. Verstehst. Do you understand me?
Verstehend? No.
You must be sure of what is the to form of the verb before you start manipulating it. If you have an insecurity there, then of course, you are taking something insecure and then changing it. You're very unlikely to get it right. No? Verstehen.
Verstehen.
Give me first, do you understand?
Verstehst du?
Verstehst du? Do you understand me?
Verstehst du mich?
Good. Don't you understand me? Don't you understand me?
Verstehst du mich nicht?
Very good. Verstehst du mich nicht? Tell me again the word for not.
Nicht.
Nicht. Nicht. Without the friction. Nicht. To say anything or nothing, we just add an S to nicht. Nichts. Nichts.
Nichts.
It's a bit of a mouthful now to have C-H-T-S all together. Nichts. So you can think of nicht first and then add the S. Nichts.
Nichts.
In the same way, we thought about the yet of the word now and then we added the ST, jetzt, to help us pronounce it. Either way, you will hear in colloquial German nix, like N-I-X, and you will also see it if you're looking around for adverts, etc. Nix, N-I-X, for nothing, but really nichts. How would you say you understand nothing?
Du verstehst nichts.
Good. Du verstehst nichts or nix. Don't you understand anything? Literally, you understand nothing?
Verstehst du nichts?
Verstehst du nichts or nix? Good. I want to eat.
Ich will essen.
Ich will essen. I don't want to eat.
Ich will nicht essen.
Ich will nicht essen. How would you say I don't want to eat anything?
Ich will nicht nichts essen.
So we don't put,
Nicht ein nix.
yeah, we will just say, I want nothing to eat.
Ich will nichts essen.
Ich will nichts essen or ich will nichts essen. So we have I want.
Ich will
Ich will. What is to want?
wollen.
Wollen. You want, the informal you, is du willst.
Du willst.
So it's a bit irregular. We're not going from wollen. It's not du wollst. We are going from will, of ich will. We are keeping that irregularity of will, and we get du willst.
Du willst.
Do you want?
Willst du?
Willst du? Do you want to eat?
Willst du essen?
Willst du essen? Don't you want to eat anything? So this is just you want to eat nothing in German. Don't you want to eat anything?
Willst du nichts essen?
Willst du nichts essen? What was I can?
Ich kann.
Ich kann. And to can or to be able in English?
Können.
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 So think about bird and then import that sound over. When I say import that sound over, is that you go b, k, können.
Können.
Können. Very good. You can, speaking informally, is du kannst. So again, we are taking that irregularity of ich kann and we are using it also for du. Du kannst, not du kannst. You know? So it's irregular. Du kannst.
Du kannst.
Can you help?
Du kannst helfen?
That is a question.
Kannst du helfen?
Kannst du helfen? Can't you help?
Kannst du nicht helfen?
Good. And I like how you thought to see if anything was going to come before that, Nick. I saw you think about it. And that's what we need to do. The slower we think about it, the more time we take to think about the word orders and where things should go, the more it becomes second nature. The more we are installing the structures of German in our minds so that afterwards actually we don't really need to think about it. What was to see?
Sie.
To see.
Sehen.
Sehen. You know it must end in N if it's two. It's a two word. Sehen. Can you see it?
Kannst du es sehen?
Good. Kannst du es sehen? And the du and the s can contract as well. So you might hear kannst du's sehen? Kannst du's sehen?
Kannst du sehen?
Very good.